Hello, my name is Christopher Price. Welcome to your Liquid Weekend right here, live on Choice. Will the corporation kick kiddie butt in the battle for the hearts and minds of the nation's tots? That's the question. Set your alarm clocks for the ungodly hangover hour of 9:15 tomorrow morning to see whether the BBC's revamped and restaffed Live and Kicking franchise can compete with the antics of Ant and Dec over on ITV. As Rebecca Cooper reports for Liquid News, we've all come a very long way since getting high on Muffin the Mule.
It's the new look Live and Kicking programme, this time presented by a foursome that includes ex-Blue Peter's Katie Hill. Much has been said about the sliding ratings of the BBC's recent Saturday morning output, but Live and Kicking's executive producer believes the new show will kick the competition into shape.
New set, new graphics, new music, new presenters, new content, virtually everything's new. Kept the title, but that's about as far as we've gone.
For years, the corporation led the way, entertaining younger viewers with memorable programmes, some just becoming wrapped in nostalgia. But it's not true to say there weren't the rivals. Noel had some of us gripped wanting to swap our Electra sketch for a BMX, but Chris Tarrant just managed to go one better, and there are still some out there who claim to be hooked on Sally James. And who can forget the Going Live years with presenters providing choice jumpers and innocent banter? Most telecritics agree Zoe and Jamie revolutionised Saturday mornings with their cheekiness, humour and sex appeal, drawing both kids and adults alike. But it's widely thought that when they left, there was a gap in the market and two cheeky Geordies on the rival SMTV show being ready to fill it.
You've got on one level, you've got the little kids watching it for Pokemon and stuff, and you've got the older brothers hungover, sort of having a laugh, and seeing other hungover 20-somethings having a laugh, you know, on the screen. That's the key. And of course you've got Cat Dealey, which is always a bonus.
Ironically, the BBC once had the talented twosome in their clutches with the Ant and Dec show, but then let them go.
The BBC said, you know, we'd like you to be quite edgy with it, and we'd like you to sort of push the boundaries a bit. So we did, and subsequently we got lots of complaints.
Hey, I'm gutted. He's speechless, Dec. He is speechless.
Programme makers realise it's not just about filling Saturday morning telly with cuddly toys, cartoons and pop bands, but having that cult appeal too, for those of us who just don't want to grow up.
The BBC say they don't want to try and ape SMTV's success, but they're aware that a winning formula has to have winning presenters.
We've got Katie, we've got Otis, we've got Trey Farley, and we've got Sarah Kaywood, and I hope they're going to be a good team. They certainly appear to get on with each other.
SMTV currently attracts 2.5 million viewers each week. At its peak, Live and Kicking had just under 3 million. So will the new show kick back? Only time will tell. Rebecca Cooper, BBC News.
Our guests tonight are the very grown-up but still young at heart Harriet Scott from Virgin Radio. And also with us we have the playful kind of gamine talents of the associate editor of Uncut magazine.
You get that the wrong way
Paul
around.
Lester. No, I think you're a little gamine. Come a weekend.
It has been said before, and probably be said again, actually.
Anyway, let's get down to the lead story tonight. Paul, it's interesting how this part of the schedule, perhaps, you know, almost more than anything else, is competed for so very fiercely between the BBC and ITV. Why do they care so much?
Well, I would imagine it's the same with the magazines. You want to get them while they're young so that they stay with the station when they become teenagers and then get a bit of Missoula, they can go out and spend the money. So that's the idea. But the
Missoula?
Yeah, I'll explain what that means later on. Okay. Wedge, Wonga, Luca.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
I think the thing is the BBC have always been a bit straighter with their kids' TV. ITV have been slightly kind of sexier and more credible. You know, the BBC had John Noakes and ITV had Tommy Boyd, Valerie Singleton, Susan Strand.
Tommy Boyd's sexy, is that what you're saying?
Very, very sexy.
Okay. What do you think the BBC should do? We're going to find out at 9:15 tomorrow morning. I know you're going to be out watching.
I'm going to be on air tomorrow morning. 9 o'clock.
Are you on the show?
Yeah. No, my show.
Oh, right, okay.
Virgin Radio.
Yeah. Now, what should the BBC do, though, however, do you think?
I think for a start, they should start earlier in the day. You know, why take them on at the same time? They should start at 8 o'clock in the morning. Who says that kids only get up at 9:15? They should start early. They should be funny. I mean, they look all very funked up. I mean, their promotional pictures all look very... I think they could smile, you know, a bit of smiling.
Kids, they don't go to bed at all, do they? They go out raving and clubbing all night, and then they'll probably be up all night, so you could put it on at 4 in the morning.
You could. It's not a bad idea. I mean, they have to go head-to-head with Ant and Dec are so successful because they're so funny. They are just... So, I mean, I hope they do have some funny
Were you,
moments.
Paul, an ITV child, or were you up all night on crack, like you're suggesting this generation?
I was up all night on crack from a very early age. My parents were
that why
very,
you
very
lost your
forward
hair?
like that.
Were you BBC or ITV, just briefly?
I suppose it was at ITV, but I think the key is this. You've got to appeal to... It's got to be something, the double-edged thing, where the parents like it at the same time as the kids like it, which is why Anton Decker's got... There's a lot of... what do they call it? Double entendre. That's what they love. Because children don't like to be patronised. I think it's too late in the day for here's one I made earlier and stick back plastic.
They haven't been
go
doing
back
it anyway. Wish the BBC the best of luck, and we wish Anton Deck the best of luck, because we're impartial on the show.
They're lovely, lovely boys.